Welcome and thank you for joining the latest edition of Jag Sports Zone inside Cavanaugh Hall here at IUPUI. I'm your host, Jadin Reeves, and together with the Sports Zone crew, we are here to deliver all things Jag Sports, including highlights, interviews, and the up-and-coming schedule. Today we have some huge highlights from over the weekend, so with that being said, let's get right into the first highlight of the day. Women's volleyball hosted Horizon League rival Purdue-Fort Wayne at the Jungle. After a 25-16 loss in the first set, the Jags rallied back in set 2, with a large lead early in the set. A long rally led to this spike by Malaya Madison that found a hole which secured the final point in a set 2 win, holding off a comeback from Purdue-Fort Wayne. Later into set 3, Dara Dixon started with a nice serve. Malaya Madison gets the block and a nice dig by Dara Dixon. Addie Evans sets it to Malaya Madison with the dig like Fort Wayne off guard. Ali Hoke that sent the ball deep into the court, which would be a highlight in a close win in set 3. Into the extra points in set 4, an intense rally led to a mistake from the Jags to lose set 4. Finally, into a close set 5, gave the Jags some momentum to try and rally back. Ultimately, after extra points, the Jags would lose a close set 5. After a battle that extended to 5 sets, the Jags would fall to Purdue-Fort Wayne 3-2. Women's soccer traveled south to face conference opponents Northern Kentucky. The Lady Jags conceded 3 goals in 19 minutes in the second half for their first loss of the season and a shutout for Northern Kentucky. Men's soccer traveled to Detroit Mercy to open up their Horizon League season. The men shared the result as the defense kept a clean sheet. Junior Lucas Moorfield added 4 saves from 11 shots, faced to help with the Jags' defensive effort. The men host Cleveland State tonight, September 28th at 7 p.m., and the game will be available on ESPN+. Women's soccer hosted Wright State on Thursday. Maya Lacagnato scored her 6th goal of the season after a mistake from the Wright State keeper in the 20th minute. Wright State had an answer 14 minutes later with a goal by Marcella Sizer. A through ball from Amber Branham split the Jags defense, leading to a goal. The Lady Jags would end the first half strong with a goal from Emma Antoine after great passing from the team and a misplaced clearance from the Wright State defense. Antoine dribbled around the defense to earn her 3rd goal of the season, and Cassie Rodriguez would be credited with the assist. The Jags celebrate a 2-1 lead, hoping to get back into the win column on the season. After a tackle from IUPUI's Sophia White, Wright State would be awarded a penalty. Marcella Sizer would score her 2nd goal of the game as the Jags would settle for a 2-2 draw against unbeaten Wright State. Finally, earlier this week, men's golf headed to Des Moines, Iowa for the Zach Johnson Invitational, while our ladies headed north to the Briar Ridge Invitational in Cherville, Indiana. You can see both results by going to the IUPUI Athletics website. Do not go anywhere. Up next, after this commercial break, we will deliver an interview with men's soccer coach Sid van Druenen. Stay with us and we'll be right back.
People always tell you what not to do. Don't hold your breath. Don't play with fire. Don't talk to strangers. Don't spend it all in one place. Find out what you can do. IUPUI, fulfilling the promise.
How's it? Welcome back to Jag Sports Zone inside Cavanaugh Hall. I'm your host, Matthew Cassidy. Today we have a special interview with Coach Sid van Druenen of men's soccer. Our own Austin Lawton sat down with Coach last week.
Hello, I'm Austin Lawton reporting here with IUPUI men's head soccer coach Sid van Druenen. And Coach, how's your day going so far?
Good. Just wrapped up training, so far so good.
All right, cool. So you're new to Indianapolis, obviously, coming from Wright State. What drew you to the IUPUI men's soccer program, and what made you want to come coach here?
Yeah, so I come from the professional game. So about 10 years ago, I moved from Europe to the United States. I coached with the Dayton Dutch Lions, a professional club at the time. Wasn't really fully aware of the college sports scene in the United States, and fell in love with it right away. And I knew that one day I wanted to be a head coach at Division I level. So when that opportunity came after 5 years as an assistant at Wright State, I interviewed, I applied, I loved the project, And that's, long story short, how I ended up here.
Alrighty. So with the season going so far, your record is 1-2-3, kind of poetic. How would you describe your season so far?
Yeah, it's positive. I mean, it's a rebuild. Everybody that we, coaches that I know that have been in the game for a long time, they all say, don't have high expectations in year one. And I think we are hopefully challenging those expectations a little bit. I mean, a win and 3 ties is positive. The 2 losses are losses we can, accept in a rebuild year. We got a tie in the conference opener, so positive so far. But we do need to add a couple of wins to the win column.
Alrighty, 3 freshmen from Portugal and Brazil. How are they adapting to the American game and to Indianapolis as well?
Yeah, so it's an adjustment for sure. It's something that we're introducing or reintroducing to the men's soccer program, and it's an influence of international players. And they're not the only ones, but they are true freshmen. The 2 Portuguese, Edgar and Vasco, so they are true freshmen, first time in the United States, and everything is new. We just played Loyola Chicago, and they absolutely loved seeing Chicago, big city. Like you don't have that type of stuff in Portugal. But they're adjusting fine. They have great personalities. They're having a massive impact on the squad.
All right, so what are some things tactically or your style of play that you wanted to impose on your team from the get-go?
Yeah, so for us, the key word is excitement. I mean, we have, this past game was the first game we got shut out, we didn't score. So the first 5 games we got 13 goals. So that has been a focus point for us. We have to create a lot so that we can score a lot, and with that comes excitement and positive results. So that has been a massive, focus point for our system and our tactics is attack with numbers, get numbers in the box, create opportunities, score goals, and we're leading in most of the attacking categories within the Horizon League right now. So that has definitely been our main point of focus, bring excitement back so that people enjoy watching our games.
All right, so for you yourself, what were your first impressions of Indianapolis? Obviously, you probably came here with Wright State a couple of times, but now that you're a permanent resident here, what do you think of it?
I love it. I think, obviously we came from Dayton, so Indianapolis, in my opinion, is, an upgrade, a bigger city, a lot more to do. I have a 2-year-old daughter. She loves, going to the zoo, and we have to check out the Children's Museum and stuff like that. I like the motorsport, just the proximity of downtown. We walk downtown often to, grab food and stuff. So it's a young town, a lot going on, a lot of positives, and honestly, the guys like it. It helps recruiting. So we've been very well received by everybody, and so far, so good.
Alrighty, that's all I have for you today. Good luck with the rest of your season.
Thanks so much.
What great insight from Coach Van Druenen, and we wish him luck on the rest of the season. We're going to take another 60-second break. You don't want to miss Avi Sarkar deliver the upcoming game information later this week. We'll be right back after this message from the Horizon League.
It's always out there. The horizon. A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained. And as soon as you reach one, another emerges. But every day we rise and work harder, dig deeper, ask one more question, take one more shot in relentless pursuit of our horizon.
Welcome back to the Jag Sports Zone studio. I'm your host, Avi Sarkar. Let's go right in and look where our Jags plan to play this week. The men's and women's cross-country teams will both be participating in the Joe Piani Invitational on Friday, September 30th. The women will start competing at 1:30 and the men at 2:15. Coming up on Friday, our Lady Jags volleyball team will take on Youngstown State in Youngstown, Ohio. The match will start at 6 p.m. You can also watch it on ESPN+. Next up on the schedule for the women's soccer team is their match versus Oakland on Saturday. Come out to Carroll Stadium at 1 p.m. to support your Jags. On Saturday, the Lady Jags volleyball team will be at Robert Morris. The match will start at 4 p.m. and it will also be shown on ESPN+. Men's soccer will start on October on the road, heading to Milwaukee to face off against the Panthers this Saturday at 8 p.m. Men's golf will tee off on Monday, October 3rd at the Tantamonia Invitational in Westlake, Ohio. Be sure to check out the IUPUI athletic page for official results. Our Lady Jags Golf will tee off on Monday, October 3rd at the Butler Invitational in Indianapolis. Be sure to check out the IUPUI Athletics website for more results. As always, it is a pleasure delivering Jag Sports from Cavanaugh Hall. We hope you've enjoyed our featured highlight of the week and exclusive interview. For Jadin, Reeves, Matthew Cassidy, and the entire Jag Sports Zone crew, this is Avi Sarkar signing off, and thank you for watching. And remember, go Jags!